All right.
Hello
I
and
haven't.
welcome to your live DR. Spill the
Oh my
teases.
gosh. Oh, hold on. I'm about to turn off the fan. Get the chills because I'm cold. But anyways, Brian was asleep this past week and he is back awake.
Oh my god, we love to see it. Good morning, honey. Good magical morning.
Fuck, it's an air bubble. We're just gonna heat it out. So when was the last time I did these? I think it was just before Jill's vote off.
Yeah.
Anyways, I got a little annoyed. That Jill got voted off and things didn't go my way because I just thought it was annoying that everyone was just voting with the house, but I couldn't really figure out who the house was and just kind of like read it out. And I was just like, whatever. And I had school start, so I was kind of busy. So we have co-HOHs, Timmy G, and Lily.
How
I
do we
love
feel?
Lily. I think she's nice. I don't know what she's doing. She's an enigma to me. She's really good at just like not giving anything away.
It's the being an enigma for me.
There we go. It's finally unclogged. Oh shit, my friend's trying to call me. Talk to you in like 15 minutes. So, Timmy G's like, you're safe. Don't worry about it. I just like, congratulations, Lily. We've like talked. We're close. I've told her that we're allies because I want to keep her close. And like, she's been like, oh, I'm so sad we're not on the same page because I wanted Seb out and Jill to stay, but obviously she didn't want that.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, why is she calling me, asking me how to do McDonald's stuff? Figure it out, girl. I can't walk you through it. Sorry for getting distracted.
You're fine.
So I was safe this week, so I was like, cool. I didn't really talk to anybody. I was like talking with, and he nominated Timmy L, and Lily nominated Jesse just like, Jesse, my social queen, doesn't talk to anybody. And it was a shock. It was he was going after a big play with Timmy L. I was like, oh shit. I was like, well, I don't know what's gonna happen. Jesse will probably get voted out. But then Timmy L won a veto and Liam got put up. I was like, interesting, the two HOHs from last week. And I'm like, I was just thinking last time, I was like, I probably want Liam to stay. Sorry, Jesse. Just because like me and Liam, we're tight. We complement each other. We are the pretty people in this game. And so yeah, I thought that's what people were gonna do. And I wake up and I went to the beach earlier today, so it was kind of busy. And so I'm getting a message, and apparently, um, this is gonna come up quite a lot. There is a secret player in this game. The house is leaning towards Liam. Who is the house? We don't know. It's I don't know them.
I
And
don't know them.
I heard from me and Ruthie talked, and we were like, well, we want to keep Liam. And I'm hearing from Gizmo, and I'm hearing from Alex, just from starting to talk to people, that apparently the house is leaning towards Liam. No one said his name. The house is leaning towards Liam. And Gizmo was like, yeah, I just want to keep this on the down low, but I'm pretty sure that Timmy L and Liam are working together, so like people are just targeting them. I was like, oh, I don't care. I'm like, what if I want to work with them? I don't want to work with you, Gizmo. Gizmo is so anxious all the time, and I can't deal with it. I have to like be on edge whenever I talk to him, and just like be very careful with what I say. And it's a little aggravating, but I finally get around to talking to Timmy Alex. I've been busy, and he's been busy. I was like, "Yo, so what's up with this vote?" Because I'm like, I've heard that the quote unquote the house is leaning towards Liam to stay, but leave, and I want Liam to leave. And Timmy, I was like, yeah, I want Liam to stay too. I was like, okay, well, Ruthie said the same thing, and so that gives us 3 votes. And me and Ruthie were talking. We're like, Ruth is like, I don't think we'll have the votes. I'm like, well, listen, me and Timmy L are talking, and we want to flip the script. We want to flip the script. Fuck the house. You want to know who the fucking house is? Gizmo and Timmy G. Fucking Gizmo to tell me, talk to me like I'm an idiot, and be like, yeah, Timmy L and Liam are working together. Like, it isn't clear as day that you and Timmy G are working together. Like, please, please do not insult me like that. And then I was getting a little frustrated being told the house. It would happen with multiple two people, and I haven't been told anyone actually wants Liam out because I just like, just say it, just say it, just be initiative, be bold. And so I tried to get Gizmo to tell me, and let me read through you the bullshit that he was feeding me, avoiding my question because I was annoyed. Um, so just going from earlier because it's a build up, and he was just like, "Hey," and he was like, "This has been a crazy week." I'm like, "Really? I haven't been talking to people much throughout the week." He's like, "Yeah, it's what led to this crazy vote." I was like, "Why? What are people saying?" And then Gizmo said, "Apparently Liam and Timmy are working together?" Question mark. You didn't hear from me. Don't send me under the bus. I'm just trying to bring you as up to speed as I can. And I was like, "Oh, which Timmy?" And he was like, "Timmy L, not current HOH Timmy." I'm like, "Okay, okay." And then I was like, "Was Jesse just nominated because you didn't talk to Lily?" And Gizmo was like, "Yeah." And then Gizmo was like, "But Liam's the bigger threat." And then he said, "I think the house is leaning toward Liam." I was like, "Okay, gotcha." And then 4 hours later, he's like, "Hey." I'm like, "Yo." And he's like, "So the house is leaning Liam, so I've been told." I'm like, "You already told me this, but whatever. Just trying to secure it, I guess." Good gameplay here from Gizmo. And I said, "Okay." I'm like, "Who said Liam?" Question mark. And then instead of giving me an answer, he responds with, "Why? Had you heard something different?" I'm like, "What?" Okay, so I'm just like, okay, maybe he's just trying to just anxious Gizmo. We're used to this. Maybe it's just coming up. I'm just like, we'll just have to continue and move on to get to the answer. And I was like, no, I just haven't heard anything. It's only been the quote unquote house is leaning toward Liam, not anyone actually saying they want Liam out with the laughing face emoji because that's the truth. I'm just like, I'm gonna give Gizmo the benefit of the doubt here. And then Gizmo took that and he threw it in the garbage. And he goes, multiple people are telling you it's leaning towards Liam. I'm like, that didn't answer my question. I said, oh my God. I said, I haven't gotten a lot from people so far, but that's the only thing I've gotten. To which Gizmo says, then there's your sign. Once it's multiple sources, a voting block is forming. I'm like, don't talk to me like you're telling me what to do, like I don't have a mind of my own, because it's insulting.
Bryan
I
said,
said,
bah.
I said, yeah, but I don't know who threw out that name first. Just trying to figure that out, you know? And then Gizmo goes, oh, I just believe it was kind of natural. Those two seem to be working together. At least that's what I'm getting. At this point, I'm done. He's not answering my question. Do you know why he's not answering my question? Because he's the one who threw out Liam's name. And uh, it's so obvious. And I was just like, oh, I see. Because I'm just like, done. I'm done with this conversation. And he goes, well, I'm just hearing bits and pieces of stories. Who knows what the truth is? I was like, you know what the truth is, Gizmo. So, after this annoyance, I'm just like, well, time to do what I do best and be a rat. And I go to Timmy L. I'd be like, hey, what's up? I was like, sorry, we haven't talked much. And he was like, I've been busy too. And I was like, so, what's up with this vote? I want to keep Liam. And I already told you this, but this is what leading up. It's like, I want to keep Liam too. I was like, cool. I'm like, episode title?
Perhaps. Perhaps.
And I'm like talking with Timmy, and I'm like, can we go on call? Because I hate typing all this stuff out because it's so much easier to do that. And he's like, sure. And so we talk. I'm like, so yeah, I guess the quote unquote the house is leaning toward Liam. And he's like, yeah, I know that's so annoying. I'm like, I think it's so annoying too. And you know who else thinks it's annoying? Ruthie. And I'm like, I want to flip this vote. And Timmy also said, I want to flip this vote. It's easy. All we need for majority is 5, and I can get Jay to vote with us probably. I'm like, that's hot. And he was like, and I was like, yeah. And I was like, Timmy, guess what? And he's like, what? I'm like, Gizmo has been feeding me bullshit. I'm so annoyed by it. I want to tell someone about it. And he's like, please tell me all about it. So I tell him how Gizmo was avoiding my question, read out everything I just said to you, but I take out the part of where Gizmo said that him and Liam are working together because I want to save it for the big finale. We really want to get the sucker punch in for the right moment. And thank God I did, because guess what Timmy tells me after I read him all that? He's like, yeah, I was actually on call with Gizmo at 12, and he said that he wanted to keep Liam, but he just didn't think that the votes were there. And I was like, well, guess what, Timmy? There's this piece of information that Gizmo told me not to tell anyone or throw him under the bus about, but he said that people think that you and Liam are working together, so we should target Liam for that reason. To which Timmy said, what the fuck? Ah, let me tell
You're
you,
rocking the boat, Bryan.
it's exhilarating. It's exhilarating. Because why would, even if Timmy and Liam are working together, why would I want Liam to leave just for to be a steamroll and then I would get voted out? Because I'm not a part of that outside alliance. It's called playing the middle, ladies. We got to keep these sides strong, and they're gonna be shooting at each other. And you wanna know who's not gonna be getting shot at? Me.
Oh my word.
We need to make sure that we don't tell Gizmo that we are gonna, because we need to still tell Gizmo we got to keep up this relationship, but we will not be telling him until like, when is it vote? 9:30. When is
9:30, yes.
we will not be telling him this until 9 p.m. Because as me and Timmy talked about, how do we flip this vote without it getting back to Gizmo? And because we were talking about, I'm just like, because Timmy L was saying that Timmy G wasn't really campaigning for Liam to go. I'm like, that's because Timmy G's playing it smart and having Gizmo do all the dirty work for him and get his agenda through while Gizmo's going to take all the heat out of it. So I see it. I'm not blind. Let's see if all my reads end up to be wrong, like the last video where I was like wrong about where everyone voted. I just didn't know what was going on. So that's why also we haven't done DRs. I'm just like, okay, I forgot all this wrong. I just need to sit back. I need to take some time to see what's going on.
You took your time.
I took my time. Praying to God, I'm pretty sure Jay will vote Jesse. Alex said he just wants to vote with the majority, and I just don't know if I should tell him or not. If he tell Gizmo. Also, I don't trust Seb. Timmy just said he just like, I just don't talk to Seb enough. He's quiet. I'm like, yeah, I know. So I don't know who Seb is with. But yeah, it's really sad that I'm about to send Jesse home after we had that short-lived showmance.
Wow.
Wow, which I will not be talking about on here.
Yes, you sure will. I was going to ask about that.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it when it's being recorded because I'm going to be mean.
It's all part of the game, Bryan.
I know. She got played. Hopefully. Unless, if things go my way. Don't want to talk too soon.
So who are you? So you're trying to flip this vote. You think the vote is currently set on Liam and you're trying to flip the vote onto Jesse.
Yeah.
How do you intend to do that? Who are your numbers right now? Who are you trying to flip? What's the agenda?
The agenda is, as we wrote down everyone's names with who they're possibly voting. We have me, Timmy L, and Ruthie for sure voting Jesse. And right now, Gizmo is for sure voting for Liam. I'm still not sure about Olivia. She's in class right now. I do need to have my conversation with her, though I'm not sure how she was leaning, because I know she might want to keep Jesse just to keep another girl in the house. But also, I don't know. Because me and Olivia were on the bottom of wanting to keep Jill last week. But then we just ended up going with the majority just because the votes weren't there. So, and we were like tight. I was like, yo, we got this next week. She's like, yes. And it was like hearts. I'm just like, okay, Olivia, let's pop up. So I just need to, because she texted me, but she's in class. I really want to have a conversation with her. I'm gonna see what she says. I think Sebastian is probably gonna be pro Liam unless he finds out the majority's on it. But I don't want to tell him because I think he might just tell Gizmo and then Gizmo would freak out. But because I need to make sure that the majority is there for Jesse before it gets to Gizmo, because then Gizmo will go for it, because that's how he'll play, because he doesn't want to be against everyone, because he'll be anxious about it. But we need to get that. Timmy Al said he can probably talk to Jay about voting Jesse, because they're close. I'm like, cool. I'm fine with Jay. I love Jay. I think he's so funny. of course, I was making fun of him. I'm like, because Timmy G was saying just like, you always keep the calls on till like ungodly hours of 4 a.m. And then Jay was like, and then Timmy G was like, why are you so offended? I'm like, Timmy, you just insulted Jay's entire social game right there because he doesn't talk to anyone during the day because he was always at work. But he did say he's about to be on a 14-day vacation or 11-day vacation.
Nice.
So that'll be
Me
interesting to
leaving
see.
for Florida in the morning.
I can get Alex's vote. If I tell him that I think, because I guess me and Alex are close. I'm not sure where Alex's head is at, but I do want to be like, yo, the votes are split, but it'll be majority if you come vote Jesse with me. And then tell Olivia that the votes are majority. I'm gonna talk to Chips now and see what he's thinking, just to see if he's on for Liam or Jesse. If he's on for Jesse, I'm gonna go straight to Timmy L and be like, yo, we got this. We got the votes. And start flipping it. Go to Alex. I'm gonna probably avoid talking about it with Seb until like later in the day and be like, yo, I'm pretty sure the majority is on Jesse. And then also do the same with Gizmo just a little bit later. So yeah.
Nice.
After having the vote not go my way last week, just because everybody was talking about the house and knowing that Timmy and Ruthie were annoyed by that, if there's ever people talking about the house, that's bad news and that needs to be stomped out. Especially if it's not what you want, because then it's like, oh, it means like if you just don't do anything and you go with the house, but it's not what you want. You'll get like a couple more weeks and you're gonna get cut out the middle. I'm not trying to get cut out at the middle. We're not trying to do that.
Not playing for 6th. Not today.
Not today. My comp skills may be down, but my hopes are up.
That's the Disney energy. That's the magic we love to see.
This is the magic.
Find your happily ever after, Bryan. It's Jesse.
It's Jesse. I'm ready to watch her come back in with a pre-jury battle back. Just like, I'm not vibing anymore.
We don't vibe.
We don't vibe. Okay, that's pretty much all I have to say for now.
That's it? Okay. Thank you.
Of course.